With regard to the issue of the holiday spread and the peaks, they're going to be superimposed upon each other. So you would expect the full blunt of the travel and the family setting gatherings with friends that you alluded to as being a problem. You'd expect that the effect of the Thanksgiving surge would be probably another week and a week and a half from now, because it's usually 2.5 weeks from the time of the event. The problem is that's going to come right up to the beginning of the Christmas Hanukkah potential surge. So you have a surge upon a surge, and then before you can handle that, more people are going to travel over Christmas. They're going to have more of those family and friends gatherings that you accurately said are an issue. So if those two things happen and we don't mitigate well, we don't listen to the public health measures that we need to follow, that we could start to see things really get bad in the middle of January. So I think not only for New York State, but for any state or city that is facing similar problems, without substantial mitigation, the middle of January can be a really dark time for us. But as you said in your presentation, Governor, there are some things that we can do to mitigate against that. I think particularly the appreciation that it's such a natural thing to think, when I have family and friends over for the holidays, Christmas and Hanukkah, you get indoors, you take your mask off because you're eating and drinking, and you don't realize that there may be somebody that you know, that you love, that's a friend, that's a family member, who is perfectly well with no symptoms, and yet they got infected in the community and brought it into that small gathering that you're now having in your home. So that's the reason why I want to underscore what you said. That's one of the issues. But bottom line for your first question, mid-January is probably going to be the bad time.
Shalom, shalom. I want to start off, of course, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha HaKodash. Divine to the elders of Great Millstone, who will well teach for the sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children. Lord, have mercy on in these last days. Brother Kadash, Shawah Racha, coming back with another lesson. Come back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. As always, I want to thank Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for blessing me with the spirit to bring out another lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying. Just another episode of In the News. Wanted to start off with this picture. E666, the man of sin, the man of wickedness, the man of perdition. The one that 2/3 of our people to be consumed and to be the one who will be made an example on how not to be. I forgot the brother's name, but it was a beautiful lesson. You can check his page out, New Jerusalem 144. Now, I got some screenshots. All right, let's see what we got. Brandon Bernard to be executed despite 5 jurors urging Trump to commute sentence. Yeah, so as you know, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, they just passed the bill allowing all these things to take place again. Gas chambers, hangings, lethal injection, right, etc., right, to be put to death if they feel if they feel if they feel that it's best fit. It says Brandon Bernard, and I'm not going to read all the articles. I just screenshot what I felt was necessary. Brandon Bernard is set to become the latest federal inmate executed by DJ Trump administration, even though 5 of the surviving 9 jurors who condemned him to death have changed their minds. You see, so they don't care about you Israelites, man. This man is about to get put to death, okay? Because power feeds the mind, okay? And once you have power, you never want to let power go, okay? So once say they did stop it for so whatever time. And once they feed on that power again, it's impossible. Not gonna say impossible, but it's damn near impossible to let it go. All right, it's that high. Okay, they get a high off of it. It's that thrill. They still gonna put this man to death, even though 5 jurors changed their mind. All right, and that's how the persecution is gonna be for the men of the Lord, man. Tomorrow, Trump's last chance to reverse the election results comes to an end, which would have been today. As is well known, President Donald Trump has refused to concede the election to Joe Biden and continues to file lawsuits to overturn the results. But his fight, or at least any remotely realistic chance of winning, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, he's still trying to do his thing. The Lord has it set up already, so we're going to, no matter who's in office, this is going to get interesting regardless. California becomes biggest U.S. state to launch V contact tracing app, you see? And Jake still want to talk about the chip or the mark of the beast. It's spiritual. All of these things lead up to a physical outcome, a physical result. California becomes the biggest U.S. state to launch V contact tracing app. That's a physical thing. And as you know, a lot of the Californians are the host. I don't know if it's the whole state, but I know California just went into major lockdown yesterday or the day before. Let's see what this says. It says, let's start at the beginning. On Thursday, people in California can activate on Thursday, you see? People in California can activate the exposure notifications tool from the settings menu on iPhones or by downloading the CA Notify app in Google Play Store on Android devices. The apps enable Bluetooth signals between devices to determine when they are in close proximity, and the apps then anonymously alert users when a recent contact later tests positive. You see that? And that's called gradualism. That's called programming. Jake, don't lie. Don't lie and say Esau don't do that, man. He programs because he's a witch. He's the grand wizard. A great sorcerer. A sorcerer programs you with gradualism, okay, with his witchcraft, man. Okay? Because his programming and things of such is different from the Most High. You see? He can't tap into that true power. Only the Most High can program you and, and different things of such. They can't. So in order to play God, they got to mimic it somehow. So they use witchcraft. It says the apps enable Bluetooth signals between devices to determine when they are in close proximity. I read it already. It says at least 6 million people in the United States have tried the system in recent months across the 21 states and 2 territories that made apps available before California. Colorado and New York are among other states with apps. You see? Public health experts say adoption has lagged because of technical shortcomings in the earliest apps, privacy concerns, and dismissive attitude toward taking precautions to avoid the V. But California officials hope the app will be adopted quickly. You see, they're making haste, Revelations 12:12, in a state that is home to many tech workers. It says Trump to sign a CV executive order prioritizing Americans over foreign nations. That's an act of war. Because it's not an epidemic. You see? It's not an epidemic, it's a pandemic. All right? Pandemic of a disease prevalent over a whole country or the world. An outbreak of a pandemic disease. Okay. So the Lord, I was about to say the Lord. Well, the Lord is working a mighty hand, man. All right, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing something wonderful here. It says Trump to sign again a CV executive order prioritizing Americans over foreign nations. You see that? So he's putting, like he said, America first. But stuff like this is going to lead to even more conflict with the other nations. Because when you go into this article, let me see if I screenshot it. Okay, I screenshotted some of it, I believe. Let's see what it say. Okay, yeah, I screenshotted a lot. All right, let's see what it says. It says senior administration officials told Fox News that Monday that the president will re-emphasize to the American people that priority has been an American first approach during a VEG summit at the White House Tuesday. The news of the executive order comes just days ahead of the Food and Drug Administration Thursday meeting regarding Pfizer and BioNTech application for emergency authorization of their CV. Therefore, it's like 3 weeks after the companies filed for it, the FDA also plans to meet on December 17th to discuss Moderna's vaccine. It says a source close to the White House, a source close to the White House, CV task force told Fox News last week that Pfizer BioNTech authorization could come as early as Friday. So, I mean, we don't even got to read all of this, but the point is that let's read this last part. It says Pence says U.S. a week and a half away from likely approval of first CV. Okay, CVV. The official said that the executive order is clear and is directing that we prioritize access to the American people before working with partners and allies to provide access to the V, man. You see? And that's going to cause even more conflict. Okay? Tensions is going to stir up. It says Pelosi's now willing to make deals, says CV. The CV aid will be done by Christmas. All right, so they're making haste for these things, man. All right, it says pandemic is a plot by Russia and China to spread communism worldwide. Wyoming health official thinks. You see, these things are causing tensions between the nations, which is beautiful because the Lord said He's going to put hooks. He's going to put hooks in their jaws, in their mouths, and He's going to bring them to the valley of decision. Yahweh Shabbat. I screenshotted the brother's page, GMS dedication. Check his page out. Subscribe, like, share for edifying videos. South Korea and Japan to deploy military to fight against the CV. Okay, so not only are the divided states of America doing it, but Korea, South Korea, and Japan is doing the same thing, man. And once you have the military active like that in your home base, it's even more set up for a war. You understand? They're even more set up for a war, which is why it's going to be so detrimental. Now it says, as we enter into the last month of this arduous year, why? Because the Lord placed the Spirit on Apostle Tahar to coin this year the year of prophecy. As we say that every year is the year of prophecy, but this year it was really the year of prophecy because it's always the year of prophecy. But this was specific, okay? 2020 keeps things throwing new trials our way. This time in an unexplicable virus surfaced in Eluru, India, where it killed at least one person and left 300 others hospitalized. You see? So they're going to have, because all is going to be linked to the current pandemic, no matter what you get. Okay, you got a bad stomach ache, it's going to be linked to it. So they have to be able to do something about it, and which is the contact tracing, which we read about. In their minds, that's the easier way to solve the problem. If you have proof and you have a card and you carry your card showing that you've been, looked at and treated, then, and I'm choosing my words wisely, then, you can continue to live your everyday life. And that's what the whole entire world wants. They want to continue to live their everyday life, man. See, that's what they want. It says people who refuse voluntary. You see they threw that in there. Voluntary CVV could face restrictions. Ontario government warns. You see. So here's another page you can follow and like and subscribe to. Stay in the Spirit 144. Edifying videos as well. Through the Spirit of Power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So when you refuse this, you can face major restrictions. Matter of fact, I screenshot. That's the spirit that this popped up under the brother's video. No one will be forced to receive a corona's. What's it like? No one will be forced to receive a Crown Royal jab, but people who refuse to get V could be derived of certain freedoms. You see, Ontario government warns, and Jake talking about the mark of the beast is spiritual, man. Y'all niggas done lost y'all mind, man. Like, it's not funny, bro. Like, this is not funny, man. Let me play this video real quick. I meant to play it in the beginning. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the production. I'm gonna put it the first thing you see. All right. So yeah, man. I'm gonna play this video. It says Florida creating vaccine teams to go door to door. Hour of temptation draws nigh, man. Another page you could check out, GMS Ash. All right. Here's the brother page, GMS Ash, Bahakop 144. All right. Now, yeah, man. So Orange County Health Department creating teams to get vaccine, to get it out, man. All right, to get it pushed out, man, because they know people are going to resist. They know people is going to rise up with caution and rise up with concerns. So they have to take groups, and they're using the military because the military is their strongest line of defense. All right, excuse me. Let me show you something my wife sent me. She sent me this. It says, learn how to set up medical ID with important health information. You see? So, excuse me. So you see? And the first thing she texted me was what? Hold on, let me see. So she sent me that, and I had a comment. I said exactly, niggas still don't, ninjas still too prideful to admit. She said, I really don't understand how pride can be so blinding. It's literally right there, even if you don't like the elders or you're not effing with any of the other camps. The truth is slapping the ish out of everyone, and they just taking it. I said exactly, Yapa. That we see it. Call Allah Labana, Yahbashim Yahushai, I will right? She said, I will. But yeah, man, there you have it, man. Okay? So there you have it. Okay? Slapping the out of everybody, and they just taking it, man. All right? Revelations chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the world. Behold, I come quickly. Let no man, it's like it. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Yerushalayim, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. So, there you have it. What's the hour of temptation? Watch me for Israel. What's the hour of temptation? House of Israel. What's the hour of temptation? Sons of Thunder. What's the hour of temptation? ISUPK. What's the hour of temptation? IUIC. Can you tell us what's the hour of temptation? What does that entail? What are we tempted of? What decision are we gonna have to make? We're gonna have to, if we don't get down with this man's system, he's gonna kill us. Well, sure, but how can he? How do he know if we're not getting down with his system? I could say, yeah, I could lie and say, yeah, I believe in your God. I can lie and get out of it. You see, but how does he prove that you're really down with him? He do it like the Most High, man. He do it like the Most High. He's trying to do it like the Most High, and he put a mark on you, man. The mark, the Lord told you in Ezekiel 9:4, he put a mark so they can be exempt from judgment. At first, what did the Lord do? He put the blood on the doorpost so they wouldn't be smitten by the death angel, Yahweh Shah, that came and killed all the firstborn of everything that moved in that land. That's how the Lord know, because you have the mark, you have the sign, you have the evidence that you belong to him or to them, okay? Or you have the evidence that you belong to the Most High. Simple. So with that, man, I pray it was edifying. With that, Brother Kadash, Shalom.